For my semester project, I wanted to learn how to surf. Living in California, I'm blessed to live so close to the ocean, and like many other Californians, I wanted to become a surfer. The first step for me to become a surfer was to learn a little bit about the physics of surfing. When in the water at any moment, there are always two forces pushing on a surfer. The gravitational force that pushes the surfer down to earth, and the buoyancy force that pushes up against the board and allows the surfer to float. When the buoyancy and the gravitational force are the same, your net force becomes zero and the surfer is allowed to balance on the board. When it is finally time to catch a wave, a surfer needs to accelerate to the wave speed by paddling. If a surfer does not equal the wave speed, they end up missing the wave. Now that you have caught a wave, you need to pop onto your board like this. It is important to keep your center of gravity low to maintain your balance. Now that I knew the basic physics of surfing, it was finally time to get into the waves. I started by going to the Proof Lab surf shop in Mill Valley to get a lesson. I met my surf instructor, grabbed a wetsuit and a surfboard, and headed out to Muir Beach. I put on my wetsuit, grabbed my board, and I finally headed in the water. Getting in the water, I was fairly confident, but after a couple minutes, I realized it wasn't going to be as easy as I thought. I was out of my element on the surfboard. I wasn't used to the balance, so I kept on falling off, and I kept on missing waves. After a lot of wipeouts, I was pretty disappointed, but even though I wasn't able to catch a wave that day, I was pretty excited to get some surfing experience to build off of. For the rest of the semester, I surfed at Bolinas and rented a board from the 2 Mile Surf Shop. My first day at Bolinas, it was a sunny day, and the waves were only 2 to 3 feet high. I was excited to get in the water that day because the waves were just the right size for me to get some good practice on. I was able to catch my first couple waves that day, which was exciting. But as you can tell from this video, I still had a long way to go. On the third day, there was pretty similar conditions, and since I improved a lot from my first lesson, I was really ready to get in the water. The third day was probably the best day because I caught the most waves I've caught so far. But as you can see, I was still pretty inconsistent when catching the waves. I would sometimes miss a wave, and I would sometimes have trouble popping up. This was probably my best wave I've caught of the day. I started to really enjoy catching waves. When I catch one, I get an adrenaline rush and head right back out in the water. I was really beginning to enjoy myself. The last day, me and my friends went out to Bolinas to surf the sunset. It was a really nice way to end the project. That day, the waves were a couple feet bigger, and I caught a few waves that I wouldn't have been able to catch at the beginning of the project. Overall, I had a really great time learning how to surf. And even though I have a long way to go, I'm excited to continue surfing after this project.